think the most obvious driving force that's splitting the world is the U.S. attempt to create this unipolar world order under its control of its national security diplomats and its financial interests. And they insist in monopolizing the international financial system so that if countries try to follow a policy that supports their own development, the United States can simply pull the plug and block their financial transactions. The U.S. tries to control the oil trade. Oil has always been, for the last century, a centerpiece of American diplomacy, because if the American oil companies, along with British Petroleum and Dutch Shell, can control the oil, then they can turn off the power and the lights and the transportation of any country that is not following the U.S. plans for a world order. And also food. The United States, from the time that the World Bank was formed, has blocked other countries from developing their own food production and has steered them into producing export crops, non-food crops, tropical crops, remaining dependent on the United States for its grain, so the United States can starve them out if they try to go their own way. So the United States approach to leading the world order is to lead by being the aggressor, to threaten, to hurt other countries, not by providing mutual gains, not by helping them developing, but saying, if you don't do what we want, we will overthrow you. We'll have a coup d'etat. We'll do to you what we did with Pinochet in Chile. We'll do to you what we did with Boris Yeltsin in Russia. We'll interfere. And this has been easiest of all, and probably the most corrupt region of the world, Western Europe, where the United States Treasury officials have told me all they need to do is give little white envelopes filled with dollar bills, and they've been able to control European politics. So you're having the United States essentially trying to use its threats, its sanctions, and it believes that it can hurt another country. And behind it all, of course, is the military threat, as we're seeing in Ukraine. But it turns out that there really isn't any military threat by the United States. Not only has it and NATO run out of normal military arms, but America really can't mount a land war anymore. There will never be another Vietnam. There will never be the United States invading any other country or Europe invading any other country, and because you'll never get a population willing to be drafted. The anti-war movement. And without that, America has only one military lever against other countries, the hydrogen bomb. There's nothing in between a targeted assassination attempt and an atom bomb. So that basically is what has enabled other countries for the first time to break away. And they couldn't do this back in the 1970s when Radhika and I were first noticing it, because at that point, Indonesia and the Caribbean and Latin America didn't have the critical mass to go it alone. Well, now they have the critical mass to go it alone. Thanks to China, Russia, Iran, India, they're able to go it alone. There's only one part of the world that's not able to go it alone, and that's the United States and Western Europe. They've deindustrialized. They've essentially, in their class war against labor, looking for lower priced labor abroad, they've cut their own industrial labor force, but they've also shifted the center of manufacturing, technology, agriculture. Everything is shifted to Eurasia and the southern hemisphere, and the United States turns out to have left itself alone. So the problem that is frustrating American diplomats is, how are they going to dominate the world without industrial leadership, with a debt deflation, with a debt that's much higher than other countries? How on earth can they leave in a weakening position without even any military? That's the problem that we're trying to solve and that we'll discuss.